What is it?
It's a wind-up figure, like a music box.
Who built him?
I would think a magician. You see this? A keyhole in the shape of a heart. Another mystery.
One of the masters of cinema once again shows us why he's earned such a title. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone in cyberspace, and thank you once again for tuning into my favorite holiday website, realscreenreviews.com. I am, of course, movie critic Nick Iacobucci, and our next movie review is Hugo. This family-friendly adventure opened on Wednesday, November 23rd, 2011, and it stars Asa Butterfield, Chloe Grace Moretz, Sir Ben Kingsley, Sacha Baron Cohen, Ray Winstone, and the great Christopher Lee. Hugo comes to us from legendary filmmaker Martin Scorsese, the Academy Award-winning director of The Departed, Goodfellas, Casino, and Taxi Driver. This time out, Mr. Scorsese sheds the guns, the goons, and the gangsters, and instead brings us a time period and fantasy story that is more than suitable for the entire family. This tale tells of an orphan growing up in Paris, France, circa the 1930s, and a fable that involves robots, magical trains, and a passion for life. Hugo Cabaret lives in the walls of the train station and soon becomes entangled with a damaged robot. Along this journey, he will be joined by a very unconventional girl named Isabelle, a twitchy constable portrayed brilliantly by Sacha Baron Cohen, and a mystery connected to his late father. As Hugo digs deeper into this fantasy world for a solution to his questions, the only real answer he wants is, will he ever have a place to call home? Well, people, Martin Scorsese put together a beautiful opening shot and followed that with one remarkable cinematic feat. Everything that happens in a Scorsese picture is always so exact and precise. He has this seamless style that brings elegance to every project, and this is a masterwork of visual talent. Even though he will always be known for the crime and mobsters of the likes of Mean Streets and the Gangs of New York, this just solidifies that the man can direct pretty much a film in any genre. Many people forget that he has helmed The Age of Innocence, The Last Temptation of Christ, and even the music video of Michael Jackson's Bad. I also love how Marty Scorsese took the use of 3D technology and finally put it to good use. I said way back when in my review for Final Destination 4 that I couldn't wait to see what Scorsese would do with 3D imagery, and what he has done is incorporate 3D into his film almost as a character itself. Unlike The Immortals or Clash of the Titans that use this technology as a gimmick or a selling point, Hugo holds this always secondary to the story being told first. I think that the main reason that the movie works is the above average performance of Asa Butterfield in the lead as Hugo. He was taught by his father how to fix and assemble many complex machines, and his desire to fix this robot is just so he does not remain alone. Asa Butterfield proves quite an easy kid to sympathize with, and by the way, if they're not contact lenses, he has the most captivating and bluest eyes I've seen since Paul Newman. This kid is a talent well above the norm for others his age, and he owns the screen most of the time that he's on it. Dakota Goyo tried to achieve this kind of drama with a robot about a month ago in Real Steel, but he had more holes in his performance than a brick of Swiss cheese, and that's what killed that project for me altogether. Now, a lot of this movie is about relationships, and there are many of them throughout this tale. A boy and his father, mentors, and even a man and a woman falling for each other find their way into this story. Hugo gets glimpses of these lives and relationships as he works on the system of clocks around Paris. You know, the tango is about the passion between a man and a woman, and I loved how one was playing every time the constable was trying to woo the very attractive florist. Now, as beautiful as I think this film is, it did lag in just a few spots. The fantasy aspect maybe was a little too out there for me, and the film's beauty just isn't enough for me to call this perfection. At just over 2 hours, Hugo was a tad too long and had me looking at my watch more than once. Though rated PG and marketed as a family film, I think that younger audiences would thoroughly enjoy something like The Muppets much more than they would enjoy this. Hugo is quite serious and dramatic most of the way through, and if you're not expecting it, could be a very long 2 hours. I would put the storyline of this movie on par with the likes of The Indian in the Cupboard and E.T., and that is to say that it is a drama for the whole family and not a comedy such as Air Bud or Baby Geniuses. I did really like this, but it's a step down from great. From a technical and visual standpoint, this is 4 stars out of 4. From a straight entertainment standpoint, this is 3 stars out of 4, which means I'll give this a very favorable 3.5 stars out of 4. And remember, people, I'm not always right, but only when it comes to the movies, and thank you for your attention.
Life has taught me happy endings only happen in the movies.
The story's not over yet.
Hugo!